It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
Yes.
My grandma reminds me of Vicks. When I think of my grandmother, and I think back to like my old neighborhood, I haven't seen her in a long time because she passed away. Rest in peace. That's kind of like how life works.
That's what happens to grandmas.
Yeah, she reminds me of Vicks Vapo Rub, and she reminds me of thermoses because I always had to refill her thermos, and she would give me a whopping $5 whenever I would refill her thermos and do chores around the house.
And what would you fill this thermos with? Soup? Coffee?
Actually, yes, with top ramen, soupy noodles.
Okay.
And she would say, she drank, I don't know. I didn't watch her ingest the noodles. I didn't stick around to see grandma.
Old people eating kind of grosses me out, actually.
Really? Why's that?
Yeah, kids eating and old people eating kind of make me feel weird.
Okay, why kids eating?
It's the same thing. They're both struggling so hard. It's really kind of, I know it's not the position I should be in, but I hate when I get sat at a table and there's like an old man next to me. I'm just like, can I get a different table?
You seem like the type of person that would be at a wedding and you'd be seated at the children's table.
No way, bro. I haven't been sat at the children's table in years.
I mean, like, obviously,
because I start talking to the kids. Although, when Homeboy gets sat at the kids' table in this movie, that's like what I would do, except I'd do magic for kids and shit like that.
That's why I'm thinking it. I'm pretty sure you'd have a good time because you would have an audience. You could talk to these kids. You'd all have your Game Boys.
It wasn't a wedding, but it might have been my grandpa's funeral or my grandma's funeral. I was doing magic for the kids. And finally, one of my uncles goes like, "Hey, man, you just carry all this stuff around in your pockets?" And I was like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, he does not know that you do that.
I had like foam balls that day too, so I had quite a bit of stuff with me.
I remember we would go to some places and we'd be halfway to a party or whatever the fuck, and you'd be like, "Fuck, dude." And I'd be like, "What? Did you forget your wallet or something?" You're like,
"My cards."
Forgot my cards.
And you would, a few times, you and Austin wouldn't let me go back to go get it. I know one time in particular, we were like walking to a party, and we weren't that far away from my house. I was like, "I'm just gonna go back," and you guys were like, "No, you're not." And I'm like, "Please, just let me go back." You're like, "No."
Now, in retrospect, do you think that you actually would have used those magic cards at that party?
I always have them because you never know.
I mean, because I could imagine.
Worst case scenario, the party turns and it sucks, and you want to do something to pass the time. Well, let's play some cards.
My question for you is, when you get more progressively drunk, are you more inclined to do magic tricks? Or
it's when other people are more drunk, I'm inclined to do magic.
Okay, so it's dependent on your audience, not necessarily you.
Yeah, the sober I am, the better the trick is actually going to be.
Yeah, have you ever fucked up a magic trick being super drunk?
Every single time.
Really?
Well, I mean, when you fuck it up, you just do a different trick.
Okay, nice. Then do you have smooth transitions if you fuck it up?
No, I start crying and sweating.
Really?
I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh, being the actor that you are.
It's like obvious that I fuck up.
I didn't mess up. You messed up.
Are you sure that's not your card? Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Can this be your card?
You must be an angry magician. You must get mad at the audience if it's not their card.
It's funny, and we'll get to the episode eventually, although we'll get there.
Yeah.
It's funny, I follow these pages on Instagram that like of magician memes, and one of them is like when a girl forgets her card, and you're just like, it's okay, and like when a guy forgets your card, it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
dude, I get it. I feel like I would be the type of person that would forget my card.
Yeah, and it would be upsetting.
But I've learned through you to never forget my card.
I don't understand how you forget the card.
I mean,
are you so enamored?
So many suits, so many numbers.
It's just but you don't have to remember all of them. You literally just have to remember the one thing that's in your hand. 4 and a heart. Okay, 4 hearts.
But I get distracted because I'm trying to decipher how the fuck you're doing this magic trick.
Unbelievable.
And then I forget the most important thing.
That's why I have you sign the card, so I can prove it to you.
Dude, I don't get magic. I've told you, don't ever reveal the mystery to me. I want it to be magical.
It's nice now because Otis carries cards with him now too.
Yeah.
And so I can always do tricks with his cards.
Otis, how you doing, buddy?
Don't talk to him. He's asleep.
He's asleep. He's been working night shifts.
It's late right now. It's about 3 a.m. Thursday. We're going to get this episode out before Friday, hopefully.
Yeah, Baddies, we're not going to lie to you. We've tried doing this before, but it was too fucking hot in the room.
So we waited until we got the heater working. We got the blinds closed. Sweatsuits on. We're just going to sauna this motherfucker.
We're double downing on this weather. It is summer.
I already have heat stroke.
I have a turtleneck. I'm looking like The Rock from the 80s with the gold chain, and I'm sweating up a storm. You know what picture I'm talking about?
I do.
Where he's wearing a fanny pack?
I hate turtlenecks.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Not a good look.
It's a great look.
Well, agree to disagree. Welcome, Baddies.
Hey, welcome to another episode of ICBTB Podcast. Nighttime edition.
After dark.
That doesn't necessarily make it.
ICBTB After Dark.
This is our collab with Skinamax.
Wow.
And progressively, as the episode goes on, we're going to take off articles of clothing, starting off with my left sock.
It's like, what was that website? Naked News? Do you remember that from way back in the day?
Yeah. Okay. The news that they actually reported,
Real
was
news.
It valid?
Yeah. Real reports. These people were actual journalists.
With the naked...
but they would just also had their titties out.
Well, that's crazy.
Hey.
Do you put that on your resume?
It depends on what job you're going for. Probably not.
Yeah, like, are you ahead of the game in the adult industry, or like, are you catching up?
Well, I think in entertainment, it's exposure.
Okay. Literal exposure.
Yeah. As far as applying for CNN, you really got to hope you got the good journalist skills.
Yeah, and like a good schlong.
No men. I don't know if you clearly didn't watch it. There was no men.
I've seen clips, and I've definitely seen the female clips.
Because there's no guy clips.
I mean, there's a lot of naked weather girl type things, right?
I didn't know.
Yeah, and they what does it air on? Is it
what, Naked News?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was a website. I don't know if it's still active.
Okay, Otis, you want to look it up? No, Otis is knocked out.
It's already on his page. It's his most viewed website.
Let's tell the baddies what movie we watched.
No.
Okay, that's all, baddies. We're signing out.
We watched a movie called Grandma's Boy. And it is the quintessential 2000 stoner film, I think.
Yeah, it's the marijuana equivalent of Beer Fest.
Yeah, totally.
Would you say?
Yeah, it's like Pineapple Express for the early 2000s.
Yeah. I think we could keep playing this game and keep saying it.
Let's keep going. It's like the 1980s. What's his name? Cheech and Chong.
Okay.
Up in Smoke.
Gotcha.
But 2006 version.
It's
and
like
only one guy.
It's like Dazed and Confused, but in the early 2000s.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
It's like
I think this game is dead. Let's move on from it.
It's like Lady and the Tramp, but with stoners.
It's like The Notebook, but no Ryan Gosling or Rachel McAdams or that much romance and a lot more
travel.
weed.
No time travel at all.
No time travel. They don't time travel in The Notebook.
Yes,
fool.
they do.
No, man, those are time jumps.
We time travel
As audience members, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Every movie is a time travel movie.
Man, it's
except for this one.
Funny that we have a movie podcast. People trust us to...
People cite us on their college papers.
Yes, they intellectually trust us.
People reach out to me and ask my opinion on movies and things, and I'm just like, how did you get this number?
Yeah. If you guys are here for valid information for movies...
Then let's get started.
Yeah.
With the nitty-gritty.
Here you go. Go ahead with the itty-bitty nitty-gritty committee.
We watched a movie that is entitled Grandma's Boy, or for all those cool cats, G-Ma's B.
Or for all you Spanish cats, Abuelita's niño.
El niño de abuelita.
Oh, the boy of grandma.
Everything's backwards in Spanish. You know how it goes.
Crazy. What a crazy language.
El niño de la abuelita. El abuelita.
It's
tiny
so
grandma.
formal. Tiny. Paquito abuelita.
Abuelita.
Guys, it's nighttime. Deal with it.
We are very high on caffeine
yes.
and cocaine.
Not that. No yes on that.
Well, joke's on you because I put it in your bang.
Oh. I don't even know how to be fake high on cocaine.
That's it.
Did I do it right?
That's it. Stop, you're doing it too realistic. People are not going to understand the joke.
People are going to think I'm a cokehead.
You don't make enough money for that.
No.
Actually.
What a weird thing to look at me and judge me by. Does Christian make enough money
to have a coke addiction? Yeah, for sure.
Addiction?
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm way too groggy.
Nobody, and that's why you would. Nobody does coke for fun. Actually, I take that back. A lot of people do. But a lot of people are addicted.
Do it for functionality, too.
Especially like the Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That makes sense. The Wolf of Wall Street. Everybody in the club doing coke.
Richard Pryor said cocaine addiction is God's way of telling you have too much money.
Oh, it's a way to buffer you from being...
Definitely brings it back down.
Yeah, you're like, if you got too much money, spend it a lot on coke and you'll stay in the middle class.
This is all part of the nitty-gritty, guys, so I hope you're taking notes for your college class.
Yes.
On Grandma's Boy, which is rated R. Was released in the great year 2006 of our Lord. It has a runtime of 1 hour 34 minutes, so don't take your shoes off, Melissa. It's only got 94 minutes. It's got a 7 out of 10 on IMDb, 16% on the Rotten Tomatoes. And then actually, Christian, I have a rating from iTunes and Apple because they're the beacon of freedom and free speech. 4.6 out of 5.
Oh, they really liked this movie.
They're not the only ones.
Steve Jobs really likes this movie.
Honestly, I bet you he did. This seems like a movie Steve Jobs would like.
He would have smoked too and had some ideas for Apple.
This is how he got the idea for the iPod, bro.
Oh, through Grandma's Boy, because everyone knows that iPod didn't come out until after 2006.
According to Ashton Kutcher, it's from sitting in a forest on acid.
Oh, really?
That's what the Ashton Kutcher movie told me.
Oh, that's right. He played Steve Jobs.
Christian.
What's up, dude?
Guess it.
Oh, the Google users, the percentage of Google users that like this.
Well, I was going to have you guess how long my foot is, but we'll go with Google users.
What a weird question. You're size 13 foot. You told me this because I'm your best friend. But Google users, 87%?
Incorrect. 91%.
91%. That makes sense.
Why does it make sense?
Because people like this. A lot of people like this. It's I think it's one of the Happy Madison films that does stick out amongst others because it's like among the handful that doesn't actually star Adam Sandler, even though like he's behind the production. Yeah, a lot of people know Nick Swardson from this. This is one of Nick Swardson's best works.
Yeah.
He helped produce this as well as Allen Covert and whatnot. But we'll get to it.
Do you think that this is what helps him come up with the idea for Gay Robot?
Ooh.
You remember Gay Robot?
No, because Gay Robot came out before this.
Really?
Yeah, dude. In one of the scenes in the movie, there's a poster of Gay Robot.
That's right.
Yeah, in the building where they work.
Funny boy.
Yeah.
He's a funny man.
Nick Swardson?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I think he's a silly boy. One of the youngest.
You think he's a silly boy?
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's a big compliment in his realm. Hey, you.
And what about yours?
You're a silly boy.
Because you're the one who said it.
Because dude, if someone called me a silly boy, depending on the inflection of their tonality and their voice.
Hey, you're a silly boy.
I'm confused because you went through 3 different levels of tone. I would be, if you said that to me on the street, I wouldn't know what to do.
Baby, hey.
Oh, you're in a car? Yeah. What?
You're a silly boy.
I wouldn't hear that because of all the cars on the street.
You're a silly boy.
I'd be like, what's this guy's deal? Why are you saying it like that?
What's my deal? And then I come back in reverse. Let me tell you my deal. No, I would teach you the ways of the silly boy.
Oh, so you're a silly boy too?
I'm the silly boy.
Obviously we are silly boys because we have barely gotten to this movie.
Here's the synopsis coming at you.
Right at you.
When he and his roommates can't pay their rent, video game creator Alex, played by Allen Covert, finds himself homeless. And he moves in with Lily, his wacky grandmother, played by Doris Roberts. Lily and her elderly pals like to hang out in front of their television all day. But their constant presence puts a damper on Alex's social life and his pot smoking. Alex wants to court co-worker Samantha, a.k.a. Linda Cardellini.
Cardellini.
He didn't say that about any other people. But he is preoccupied by his rivalry with another game designer. So the would-be relationship is in limbo.
The way you read that is like you're reading to a child.
Well, I am.
That's fucked up. Unless you're calling all of our listeners children, because we're really reading the synopsis to them.
They're children of the corn.
Don't call them that. That's a terrifying movie.
Budget of $5 million, Christian.
It made $10 million.
It made $6
million.
But I believe it made about $50 million in its release on DVD.
Damn, a lot of people bought it on DVD?
Yeah. Instant cult classic.
Nice. How come you don't think it really
Stoners don't make it to the movie theater.
Okay. They're too lethargic on the couch.
You gotta know your market.
Okay, that makes sense. And they're like, okay, I'll buy the DVD. I'll watch this at home while I can smoke some weed.
I don't think any stoner movie does well in theaters.
Really? Because I
Can
feel
you think
like
of one?
people. I don't know. I don't know Stone culture too well.
Stone Cold. I don't know Stone Cold.
I don't know Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I wish I did. Let's run down real quick a cast list because it's got all your favorites. Yes. It is a Happy Madison film. However, Slandler is not in it.
Nope.
But we got leading the pack and the writer, Allen Covert. Leading the pack of women, Linda Cardellini. Leading the pack of old people, Doris Roberts. And now let's break down each one of those teams. So the team of friends, Alex's friends, we got Nick Swardson, who's a funny man. We have Peter Dante playing Dante. And then we have Kevin Nealon, he's his boss, doing like yoga and drinking weird tea. Jonah Hill has a very small line. This is probably the movie that got him a SAG card, honestly. And then there's also what's the fucking weird dude's name again?
JP.
JP, what's his real name?
Oh no, he has one of those names where
Joel Moore. I know him from Dodgeball. He's the weird guy in Dodgeball.
And that's the only thing I know him from.
I think that's the only two things he's done.
Yeah.
Old people. We got Doris Roberts. We got Shirley Jones. We got Shirley Knight. People on the side that you missed but probably love. Rob Schneider. We got David Spade. We got Kevin Nash. We got Kevin Nash, the wrestler.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, is he one of the bikers
He's
or
one
something?
of the movers in the beginning of the movie.
That's why he was so thick. Okay. Wrestler.
It's a couple good ones, bro.
Okay.
A gentleman by the name of Abdouale Nagum. He plays Dr. Shakulu.
You had a gulp in there?
Well, that's how I believe it's pronounced. It's
Okay.
N''Gom.
And it's his presence in the movie and what they make him be is so offensive. It's so 2006. Did not age well.
No, this whole movie didn't actually. The video games that they're playing like an old Xbox.
Yes.
Their cell phones are kind of old, but other than that,
yeah. The only thing that aged well in this movie was Shirley Jones because she was a good looking old woman.
She looks like Shirley Jones.
Yeah.
She's never aged since she became an old woman.
Crazy. She had such a sexy role in the movie. Yeah. This was her. I watched an interview with all three of the old women in the interview, and they were saying they were so excited to be in a raunchy film because usually they've all worked together at some point in the past,
sure.
Right? But they were excited. They were like, "Oh, we get to work with a Happy Madison production, like with Adam Sandler. We get to be silly. This is something that we've never really gotten to do."
And they're being like funny old ladies. Like at one point, Doris Roberts finds Alex's bong.
Yes.
And she's like, "Oh, I found your vase.
So
it
funny.
Smelled horrible, so I cleaned it out for you."
Mm-hmm. And she has flowers like inside of the bong and outside of the spout where you put the
she's like a little flower in there.
Mm-hmm. And Shirley Jones. Oh my gosh.
She's hitting on Nick Swardson.
More than hitting on her. At one point, at his work, she is like touching his head, massaging it, and like biting his ear.
When she's first introduced to Alex, he is moving back in because one of their roommates passed away.
Yeah.
And she's like, I got a gay nephew too. And he's like, "Oh, I'm not gay." And she's like, right. That's one of my, I laugh. That's my favorite joke in the entire movie.
She's so sarcastic. She's a sassy spitfire is what she is.
Does Alex Covert look 32 to you in this movie?
Alex Covert looks like a bootleg Mel Gibson, man.
Now he looks even worse.
He looks like Mel Gibson if Mel Gibson never directed Passion of the Christ and became like...
Mel Gibson's buff, dude. Have you seen a recent picture of him?
Now?
Mm-hmm.
No, because when I close my eyes and I picture Mel Gibson after all these years, I would think that he's wrinkly and saggy. He's buff now?
Buff, bro.
Wow.
Buff, bro.
But he hasn't been in a lot of movies, has he? I haven't seen him in nothing lately.
He's done a couple indie films. He did that one with a hammer. I don't remember much more about it.
That's such a ambiguous description.
If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about.
There's a hammer in it?
Yeah, he uses it quite a bit.
Okay.
Beating people's faces in.
Oh my, he's kind of like on the tier that Nicolas Cage is on right now, huh? Like kind of disappeared, but doing indie films.
Nicolas Cage does way more though.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage is doing whatever the hell he wants at this point.
You know who's not doing whatever the hell they want?
Who?
David Spade.
David Spade. Is he not? Oh, his Comedy Central show just got canceled, I believe.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, Lights Out with David Spade.
He's playing a waiter in this movie. And it's my favorite scene because they leave this vegan restaurant to go to my favorite fast food place in history. They go to a Tommy Burger which if you're in the LA area, you got to go get a chili burger from Tommy's because it is the best. And,
is it better than In-N-Out?
Yes.
Is it better than Shake Shack?
Yes.
Better than Whataburger?
Yes.
Better than White Castle?
Yes.
Really? The best burger?
It is my favorite fast food place in the world.
Wow. When's the last time you had it?
Last time I was in LA.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
if I'm dying, when I murder 1 million people and I'm on death row, I want my last meal
you
to
don't
be
have to do 1 million people, man. These are crazy exaggerations.
A huge statistic,
dude. Or we could just get you a Whataburger.
I'm gonna build. I don't want Whataburger.
Sorry, my bad. Tommy.
That's why I'm going to build a killdozer. And what?
Build a killdozer?
Yeah, it's gonna be a bulldozer, but designed to kill people.
That's your mind is fucked up.
I didn't create
to be thinking of these
an
things.
Actual guy actually did that.
A killdozer?
Yeah, dude, he got killed by the police. It was insane.
Oh,
Google killdozer because it's dope.
I don't know
what he did, but the killdozer itself.
That sounds like some Twisted Metal type
shit.
shit.
It's fucking metal as fuck,
Twisted
bro.
Metal.
It's crazy.
Okay.
Anyways.
But yeah, if you're ever on death row, I'll remember that
Tommy
you
burger.
want Tommy Bahama burger.
No, you motherfucker. I want 2 Tommy's burgers, right?
Okay.
Extra chili on the side, fries, and a Dr. Pepper.
Extra chilies on the side? Are the chilies...
Extra chili. It's a chili burger, bro.
Pepperoncinis?
Yes. Anyways, this is distracting. Now I'm hungry thinking about burgers.
Ooh, I'm starving. I want to talk about the beginning.
Of the movie?
Yes.
Or of life?
I wish they used the beginning of life, Adam and Eve,
I'd like
for
to talk
some
about
people.
conception of the Big Bang universe.
Yeah, but that's a different podcast. I want to talk about the beginning of this movie when Allen Covert is getting kicked out of his place. He's getting evicted.
Rob Schneider is evicting him.
Dude, and I wish they used more Rob Schneider.
I think this is perfect.
Like just like a sprinkle of him?
Yes. And I think this is his best character. I do wish I could have seen this character again in other movies.
His best character?
Yeah.
That's a bold statement because he has some crazy characters. And you're saying that this is...
Feet are in the sand.
Wow. I think one of my favorite characters of Rob Schneider is... Do you remember Bedtime Stories?
Yes.
Yeah, with Adam Sandler? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he plays a Native American, and I thought he was so funny.
I do like his character in Click.
Who was he in Click?
He's like the Prince of Saudi Arabia or whatever.
Oh, Habibi.
Yeah. Habibu.
Prince Habibi.
Prince Habibu.
Fucking love Rob Schneider, dude. Yeah, so he's getting evicted because his roommate... First of all, Allen Covert should not be trusting his rent money. He should not be giving a check to his irresponsible roommate.
Although, in his defense, he didn't know he was irresponsible. He thought he was paying rent.
What the fuck?
You know what I mean? Like, if you got a roommate, one guy handles it with the landlord. He's the guy who writes the check. That's just how it goes, and I could see that as an honest mistake. He should have figured it out, though, not 8 months, 6 months in.
Don't you think the landlord would have contacted him
One of them,
prior?
I guess not.
You think he's only been talking to Allen Covert's roommate?
Allen Covert's like, I do not talk to him.
I think it's wild how calm Allen Covert was about it.
What do I think, the Cypress Hill in here?
It's so fun. And he throws his bong, and the bong shatters.
That's insane. You don't break a man's bong.
Yeah, that's what they were most upset about. Not the fact that he had 5 minutes to pack up and dip out.
I do like when he goes to Nick Swardson's house to crash there, and Nick Swardson's got his raised car bed.
He's like, shh, you're going to wake up my roommates.
He's like, hey, man, you can come in, but just keep your voice down, all right? My roommates are asleep.
Your roommates? Don't you live with your parents?
Yeah. They're asleep, though. Just keep your voice.
And I vibe with that.
If you came over.
Dude. Well, yeah, you have that constant joke of like, yeah, I got roommates.
Yeah, mom and dad.
But yeah, Nick Swardson has a race car bed and he ad-libs about it for like 5 minutes. And it's so funny.
It is pretty good. The actual line that Allen Covert says is shut up, and that was real Allen Covert telling Nick Swardson to just please stop.
Oh, because he was actually going for super long.
And going.
And then Allen Covert has to sleep on an inflatable, not even an inflatable bed, but it's kind of like one of those things that you throw in the pool and like lay on.
Yeah, it's like a blow up, not a doll, but yeah.
Yeah.
Unicorn.
Yeah, something like that. And
if you've ever been to Costco, they sell them there.
You'll see them there. And he's so uncomfortable late at night, 2, 3 in the morning. He's looking around this child's room and he sees a Barbie.
A Tomb Raider Barbie.
A Tomb Raider Barbie, brings it to the bathroom and just, rubs one out real quick.
That also didn't age well because if this was today, he would just take his phone with him.
Yeah, yes. No one would do it to a... It still blows my mind that people... Are porno mags still a thing?
Yeah.
Hustlers are still a thing?
Yeah.
Playboy's still a thing?
Yeah, but Playboy actually doesn't do nudity anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, they're classy now.
Like, do they cover it up with actual cloth, or is it like just censored?
No, they don't. I mean, it's like artistically naked now.
So they like use shadows and lighting to cover the nips.
You still see nips, bro.
Okay. I'll have to see from such a weird thing to say. I'll have to see for myself.
Hey, if there's a fun centerfold, that's always a cool,
Uh-huh. Well, show me your stash and I'll show you my stash. I don't have a stash. So eventually Allen Covert is forced to just live with his grandma, who is played by Doris Roberts, who you all may know as Ray Romano's mom. And she's a lovely woman. She lives with two other old women, and it looks like an old lady's household. You okay there? You got allergies, buddy?
No, I have an alien growing inside my head that's trying to escape. But if I keep sneezing, it'll keep him in.
Weird thing to say. If you die, I'm sorry.
I won't die, actually. He'll just expel out of my head.
And will I do a podcast with an alien?
He'll probably take over your head next. It's a parasite. I do really like the fact that he tries to stay with this. He also stays with Dante for one night, or asks to stay with Dante for a night.
That's right.
Do you remember why Dante says he can't stay?
I forget why.
It's because he's having a lion delivered tomorrow.
What does Peter Dante's character do for a living in this movie?
He sells pot.
And he makes that much money?
I guess if you're the only guy in the city, because he also sells to Kevin Nash's.
So in 2006, I guess it was more difficult to get.
There was only
weed
on the market, or on black market weed, probably.
Okay, so he's probably the only one in town, or like in that suburbia.
Yeah, it seems like a big town now.
Yeah, he had enough money to buy a lion, to buy a monkey that knew kung fu,
jiu-jitsu,
jiu-jitsu,
or was it taekwondo?
One of those martial arts.
We are putting too much thought into this stoner film.
yeah. It shouldn't be broken down this much.
Yeah, but we're doing it.
Yeah. Peter Dante makes some weird friends of different ethnicities, and they in Happy Madison style, they blow up these characters in such an offensive way. But in 2006, it kind of works.
It's always funny when Adam Sandler does it, bro.
Yeah. What other movies did Adam Sandler produce but was not in? There's a shit ton. I feel I've looked at.
Click.
No, he was in that fully. The Kevin James movie. Here Comes the Boom. Do you remember that?
Yeah, with Joe Rogan.
Is Joe Rogan in that?
Uh-huh.
Probably. That's the one where Kevin James actually got pretty buff.
Is the one where Kevin James is playing like a neo-Nazi?
What the fuck? He never plays a neo-Nazi. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he does. It's like a new film that he's doing where he's playing. I hear good things.
Really? Is he trying to make that?
Hey man, if you're an actor, you got to do it all.
Wow, he's pulling an uncut gems type of thing.
If he can.
Wow, trying to get out. I have respect for actors that get stuck in a typecast, but then they could break out of it.
Genre bending,
like what Clark Duke did with Arkansas. He was no longer the funny best friend.
Or like when Tom Hanks became like a real actor instead of like bosom buddies.
Or like, what's Bosom Buddies?
That was a TV show he was on where he just played like an idiot.
Okay. And then
he did like the Money Pit. He was like,
gotcha.
In like the 80s, there was like 3 or 4 major leading guys, right? You had Matthew Broderick, you had Tom Cruise, you had Tom Hanks, and you had, let's say, John Cusack. And then come into the 90s, they all aged into this progression where you kind of either needed to nut up or shut up. And some of them chose to go like action route star with Tom Cruise, where he definitely stopped being cocktail and like funny, jokey guy and became action star.
Yeah.
And then people like John Cusack tried to transition into like a more dramatic actor, which was always kind of weird because we always kind of imagine him with the boombox over his head.
Yeah.
And then you got like Tom Hanks, who was like, you know what, I'm going to do Philadelphia and just play like a guy with AIDS. And then I'm going to do like...
because before that he was doing
like
silly
films. He was doing like Money Pit and shit like
that.
Turner and Hooch. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden he's like, no, I'm going to do Philadelphia, and won the Oscar. And then he
saw his acting chops,
and then Forrest Gump. And now he is...
The Green Mile.
He's just a deep-seated, like high echelon actor. Mm-hmm. But there was a nut up or shut up time, and he's one of the few actors that I think came out of the 80s a lot stronger than he was in.
Mm-hmm. And so that's exactly what Adam Sandler has done so late
that's right.
in the game. To bring it back, this is a Happy Madison film.
Oh, is this not Bosom Buddies episode?
Well, Adam Sandler did it with Punch Drunk Love. Yeah, that was his first serious one. And then after that, I think he had like one more serious role before Funny People, which is I think
not
that's
funny.
Judd Apatow type.
Yeah, film. And I don't think that's a Happy Madison film. I believe that's an Apatow film.
Yeah, an Apatow film, and then Uncut Gems, which he's pissed off about for not.
Which also isn't a Happy Madison film. That's the
A24,
a Sadaffi Brothers film.
Oh, Sadaffi Brothers film. A24 distributed it. Yeah. Other than that, I don't think any of the other actors in Happy Madison have really broken out and done any other genre-bending things, other than Kevin James, which is how we got onto this topic.
Yes, give me a second.
Are you're thinking?
Yep. Jonah Hill was interesting. I want to
yes,
because he's not necessarily a Happy Madison actor, but I will say this: I think there was a time when Jonah Hill was working very hard to be in either the Happy Madison group or the Apatow group.
Yes, he was like in the purgatory between both of those.
Because at the same time that he was doing like 40-Year-Old Virgin or Superbad, maybe before Superbad, that was right around this time. This film. It was a time where Jonah Hill was kind of showing up in a lot of different places, with very small roles, and then they kind of figured out what his stride was after Superbad. Mm-hmm. But it is interesting to see him. It's almost like they did a fantasy draft of comedians, and somehow Adam Sandler got Jonah Hill in here, because it is kind of weird that Jonah Hill's in this film.
It is.
He does almost look out of place.
Yeah, I mean, because like this is around the time he was doing Accepted. He was having a lot of those side roles, and people just knew him as the funny fat guy.
Yeah.
And you can tell that he's working so hard to kind of break out of that. Mm-hmm. We saw him in Click as the fat son, as Adam Sandler's fat son.
Again, another very small side role that I think was the building block to his career.
Yeah, and I've heard he has quite a reputation of being very difficult to work with. Not necessarily that he's an asshole, but I'm sure that he has like a standard of work. His work ethic is probably so honed that, you know, he seems like the kind of actor or director that is like, okay, let's another take. That wasn't good enough. Okay, like someone who's very self-critical, which is why he's where he is at right now, like doing shit like Maniac, being in The Wolf of Wall Street. So I think he's a notable actor to have picked out in this movie that kind of broke out.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how far he's come off of just a couple of nominations, but rightfully, I mean, Moneyball he did an incredible job in Moneyball.
That's right. Linda Cardellini too. She's popped up in a lot of things. Velma, you know her from Freaks and Geeks.
Hawkeye's wife.
Right now she has a killing show, literally Dead to Me, which she's getting a lot of attention for. It's a lot of praise. I do highly recommend it. And she is absolutely beautiful.
Is she getting younger as she ages?
She looks good, dude. She looks like she's getting younger as she ages. You know what I think it is?
Botox?
She got bangs. I like the bangs. I think bangs make a girl look younger. Really?
Nah, bangs ain't banging, bro.
You don't like bangs?
No.
Why not?
No.
Why?
No, I'm not a fan. Am I allowed to not like things?
No,
Do I have to like everything that you like, Christian?
No,
I don't
not
think
necessarily.
I think we're allowed to have different things.
No, that's fine. I just want you to justify why you don't like bangs. I'm asking why.
You know what, bro?
What do you like? Middle parts?
No, bro. Bald. I like a nice bald woman.
You want Kanye West's ex-girlfriend? What's her name? Actually, she's voluptuous. What?
You know what? It's just makes me so upset when you boil women down just to their physical appearance.
Dude, why do you always have to frame me? Okay, why do you always do that to me? Either when I say something, you're like, Christian, that's too nice. Speak up. And then when I speak up, Christian, why you gotta be such a dick? And now I'm like on both extremes, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I think.
This is where I like you, bro. This is where I like to keep you in like the
vulnerable and insecure.
Yeah, and it's because if you get too good of a head on your shoulders, then you'll fuck off and leave me in the dust.
You did this to me when I lost weight. You were like,
gotta keep you humble, bro.
You got too much confidence. I don't like this guy.
Did not.
Wow.
Not fair.
Not fair that I worked hard to lose weight?
No, that's fine. Do that. Please. It was gross when you were fat.
What's not fair?
That you got all this confidence.
Why?
It's just, you're not supposed to be the confident one. That's supposed to be me.
What?
It's, we have roles. We have clearly defined roles. And it's like,
you already have the height. Let me have something.
You got plenty.
Plenty of height?
No.
Oh, just plenty in general.
Yeah, I was trying to play you a compliment there. But you know what, dude?
You want to list them out real quick before we get back to this movie? Or you just want to get back to the movie?
List out what?
All the traits that you adore of me.
Excuse me?
All the traits that you adore that I have.
It's just so many. I can't.
Why are you filibustering, man?
No, I can't.
Why are you filibustering?
You want me to pick one right now?
Pick one.
Your height.
Fuck you. You don't give a shit about my height.
Okay, but I give a shit about...
I will say I look taller now that I've lost weight. Mm-hmm. And also, not only taller, but a secret for you people out there, when you lose
vertical
weight,
stripes.
your dick looks bigger when you lose weight.
I heard actually your dick gets physically smaller.
When you lose weight?
Yeah, because it takes some of that skin and puts it back up into your head.
What?
Yeah.
No. What did you learn in school, dude?
I didn't learn that in school.
You lose some of your fupa, and that makes...
Fupa,
fat upper penis area.
You introduced me to so much of... Like, and I don't mean to fat shame, but I had no idea the plight of the fat man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, of course, health was like a little side benefit. Like, okay, I'm not wheezing anymore, and I could breathe through my nose, but also dick size, man.
You just got so many more dicks? Is that what you're saying? You got bigger dicks now? Is that what you're saying?
No, I have singular. One, my dick is bigger. Looks bigger. Okay, I don't know if my dick is bigger or if it looks bigger because the body that is attached to is smaller. Uh-huh. But, so it could... Regardless, it's a good thing.
Well, I was going to list off at least 100 traits of yours that I adore, but it seems like we've wasted too much time, and let's get back to the movie. Okay. I really wanted to pay you so many compliments, Christian. I have them.
What do you want to talk about?
Grandma's Boy. Enough about you, you pretentious cuss.
Specifically about Grandma's Boy, what do you want to talk about? There's so much that happens.
Talk about JP. The schizophrenic robot who runs this gaming place.
This guy is so weird. He's dressed like Neo. He thinks he's the shit.
I like when he hides. He just pulls up his collar. And he's like, I can still see you, asshole.
He's standing up against the wall.
And then he walks away and he's like, whew. That was close.
Yeah, he thinks that he can hide. And he thinks that Linda Cardellini really likes him. He's like, I want to be on top of you.
Sit on my face. What was that?
Nothing. He plays that character very well.
Hilarious.
It's so funny. And all the video games in this movie are real.
Are they?
Yes. Why are you being so sarcastic to me right now, man?
Because you deserve it.
I don't deserve your sarcasm right now. I had a long shift at work. Uh-huh. I come home. Uh-huh. I say, yo, dude, let's record an ep. Mm-hmm. And you come here.
Yeah.
I provide you.
What?
With beverage.
Did you?
I provide you.
I have no beverage.
With friendship.
You did not.
I provide you with cloth to cover your naked body.
None of these things.
I provide you with...
None of these things are true.
Provide you with roof over your head.
There's a hole up there. Christian, everything you've said to the audience is not true. This weird Pacino monk is not cutting it.
I provide you with bountiful women.
What? There's no one in here.
There's no one.
Otis is dead. There's no one in here.
I feel bad for laughing that hard at a dead Otis joke.
Dead Otis jokes are my favorite. You know what the difference is between a Lamborghini and a dead Otis? We don't have a Lamborghini in the studio.
Oh, shit.
So this horse walks into a bar.
Yeah.
And the bartender says, why the long face?
Why? Oh.
He's a horse. Get it? Come on.
Oh.
The horse says, my wife's dead and so are my kids.
Oh, my gosh. Anti-jokes are some of my favorite jokes. I think when we start doing stand-up again, like we were
like the
deep
old days.
In it. Like the old days. When we were hitting up open mics every week.
We'll be back, fans.
We'll be back. I know you're waiting for us to do some stand-up. But just a bunch of anti-jokes would be hilarious.
You know what else would be hilarious?
This fucking movie, if we tackled it.
We've tackled it. Let me tackle you now, bitch. Here's the thing. Who's your best person on set?
My best person.
And if you put Linda Cardellini, I want 3 hard facts, none of which have to be physical attributes.
Okay, Linda Cardellini. Because I think it is intimidating. So she actually, her first scene, she came later than all the other actors on set.
Makes sense.
So her first scene was her kissing scene with Allen Covert.
Gross.
Because she was hired later than everyone else.
I wonder why when they film movies like this, they always put the kissing scene on their first day. I guess it's to break the tension, right?
You would think that they would logically put it at the nearing of the end of the...
Or however, if, the shooting... calendar goes. But
to build the chemistry between the two people. But they said it was awkward, but she was like, this is part of the job. So she had to do that. I mean, all these people knew each other. Peter Dante, the cross-eyed dude at the beginning, Rob Schneider, David Spade, Nick Swardson, Allen Covert. All these people are part of the Happy Madison camp.
Yeah.
And for you to be basically a foreigner, come on the set. And to be someone that didn't really tackle wacky, goofy comedy like the rest of these actors and pull it off, I think that she did a fantastic job. To tackle something as silly as singing karaoke, very drunk, playing drunk, but not in a cringy fashion, because she was drunk at that party.
Yeah.
She started singing, I think it was Salt and Pepper, Push It.
And that's the full name.
Yes, with all of that. She did that. And to still hold her ground and to not be overshadowed by all these other people. To not be what?
To not be shat on. That's what I thought you were going to say.
Linda, I'm glad you dodged all that shit.
You know what she didn't dodge?
What?
The weird robot dude.
Oh, yeah. Fucking JP.
I sit on my face.
He was on a fucking Segway. His home is just like a white room with white walls.
I do like his office though. His chair is like leaned back at like maybe a 30-degree angle, and he's got like 4 screens.
Yes, and
like one of the guys comes in and gives him an idea, and he's like, "Get out!" And he's like, "That's actually a good idea." He's like, "I know."
He's talking to himself. He's freaky.
Do you not talk to yourself?
Oh, I definitely do.
When you think, do you think in like a monologue, or do you just like have the thought?
That's a good question. I think in a monologue. Like for example, like when I wake up and I go through my day, I think my thoughts go like this, as follows. All right, I gotta go set up for the podcast. Okay, I gotta go make a sandwich. Okay, I gotta go work out before 2 p.m. because Alejandro's gonna come. So it's kind of like a monologue, I guess.
In your brain, you kind of like have those like filler words too.
Yes. I think my people say that they are more articulate in their brain, and when the words come out of their mouth, it's less articulate.
You're not?
I think it's the other way around. I think by miraculously, my jumbled up sentences and illiteracy that is formed in my brain, by the time it reaches my mouth and it is spat out, it somehow makes some adherent sense. How about you?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. No, I think in a monologue as well, I believe. But I'm very articulate in my head, way more than I am when it comes out of my mouth, and way more than I am when I text. When I text like a 4th grade girl.
When you text,
I text how I talk.
You sound like a 65-year-old man that doesn't care.
I definitely don't care.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I literally, earlier today, I texted you saying, "Hey, man, thanks for being flexible. I know I have a hectic schedule. I appreciate you working around it."
Yeah, what do you
very
want to
heartfelt.
say?
Yeah, no, you could have said, thanks, man. But you said, yeah, whatever, dude. You said, whatever, dude.
Yeah, no worries, bro. Like, it's whatever.
That's not how I read it. It was just like, yeah, whatever.
Well, I didn't know how to respond to that, because I wasn't going to be like, well, you're welcome, because that seemed like a really shitty way to respond also.
You could have just said,
this was going to come up.
Yeah, dude, no problem.
That's what I said.
Whatever, man. You said the word whatever was man. In the text.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get.
Yeah, whatever, man.
You realize in the text, I don't see you like shrugging your shoulder and smiling. In the text, it just sounds like, yeah, dude, whatever, man. And I'm like, oh, okay. Good thing I know you enough that it's like, okay, this is how he says you're welcome.
Yes.
But to anyone else.
But I'm not texting anyone else. I'm texting you.
If you went on a date with a girl, and at the end of the date, the girl's like, "Alex, I had such a wonderful night. Thanks for taking me out." If you
whatever,
said,
I bet you,
yeah, girl, whatever.
I honestly, okay, I wouldn't say girl. I might actually call her dude. But that's exactly how I would end the night, dude. I'm almost positive I have ended dates like that. Yeah, dude, never. Hey, thanks for dinner. Yeah, whatever. Don't worry about it.
Thanks for dinner. Whatever. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it, dude. It's cool. Don't mention it. Don't mention it is my favorite way to end a date. Don't mention it. Don't tell anybody I did this. Don't tell anybody I was here. Delete those photos.
Funny breakdown. We say don't mention it, but if you were to read that wrong or say it in a different tone, it could sound like don't
mention this to anyone. You're my side chick.
I'm
and you're not
embarrassed of you.
supposed to tell people that I'm hanging out with you. Thanks for the steak dinner, Toots.
Everyone knows I like Stacy, not you. Just sometimes you, so don't ever mention it.
I hang out with you, Jen, when Stacy's busy.
I like to keep my schedule busy.
My best person on set award.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Were you?
I really was, but you were on this whole don't mention it tangent.
I think you were actually on the don't mention it.
It was fun. It was a fun tangent. I had to play.
My best person on set award has to go to Allen Covert.
Yes, and explain why, please.
Well, he's gorgeous, and he's just the prettiest person.
Have you seen him lately?
Yeah, I love the mustache. Mustache I think you should grow. No, he's actually really funny. He wrote this film. It took him 8 years to write it.
2.
I think it was 8. It must have felt like 8.
You know, I wouldn't debate over this if the numbers were closer, but you say 8, I say 2.
And I think what it felt like was 8 years.
What it
actually took was 2 years.
Can you imagine if we did this show and we only gave information not based on facts,
feelings,
but feelings?
Welcome to America, bitch.
All right, I feel like Rotten Tomatoes gave this a 27%.
You can actually look, but this is how I feel. Here's my truth. 99% Rotten Tomatoes, certified fresh.
This is 100% an opinion-based podcast.
No, this is facts.
These are hard facts,
Look it
baddies.
up in the Library of Congress, bitch.
Mm-hmm, you'll find us.
Right next to fuck you in the dictionary.
Yep.
I wonder if you can buy slots in the dictionary.
I'm sure. Well, if you come up with a word. I want to come up with a word right now. Potato.
Okay, and what does that mean?
It's potato on a pole. That's all. That's improv, dude.
Now, see, this is how you make up a word.
What?
Okay. The word that I'm thinking of is stargle. Stargle is what happens when you sit in your car and realize that you left something in the house. Stargle. Oh, man. I just stargled again. Stargled again.
It's a verb?
Yeah.
Not where I
would
would have.
Stargle? Yeah, I'll be right back. I gotta
I'll
go
be
grab.
right back, dude. I forgot my lunch.
Ever since we have to wear masks everywhere, I've been stargling like it's nobody's business.
All the time.
Hey, man, are you stargling? No, I'm straight.
Man. It sounds like you're saying you're starving.
No, stargling.
Before we end this, I want to talk about the crazy party that they have. I think we wouldn't do this.
It's so crazy.
Justice.
I blacked it out of my memory.
Honestly, I don't remember a lot of the party. Jonah Hill.
Oh.
Can you tell me what Jonah Hill was doing during this party?
I actually cannot.
He was sucking on a teat. She is slated as the milkmaid. And on Google, it says that she is an American actress best known for Grandma's Boy. So here's to you.
Here's to you, milkmaid.
But literally, the party starts. Halfway through the party, he's looking at her boobs. She says, "Do you want some of this?" He starts sucking on her boob. Party ends. Next morning, he's near the entrance of the house, still sucking on her boob. And he was like, "This was the best night ever." At that party, Nick Swardson also sleeps with Shirley Jones. And he's like, to tell you the truth, you were my first time. And she's like, to tell you the truth, you were mine. And starts doing calculations in her head. 3,000. And he turns around. He's so emotionally hurt.
He closes his eyes for a second.
Nick Swardson.
Best.
Doing some great acting.
Best person on set.
You change it from Allen Covert to
Covert.
Nick Swardson.
Nick Swardson gets a special mensch.
Stop shortening words,
He's
dude.
a special mensch.
Stop. That's not a word that you should shorten.
It's funny because mensch in like Yiddish is like an idiot.
Oh, you mensch?
Yeah, but this is M-E-N-T, not M-E-N-C-H.
Ah, man. You're making
mensch.
English the most confusing language
it is
in
already.
existence. You're making it even more confusing, dude. Special mensch.
El niño de abuelatita.
This was our review of
El niño de abuelatita.
De la abuelita.
Which actually it's one of those things where when you translate it to Spanish and translate it back, it doesn't actually kind of make it all the way through.
No.
So in English it's grandma's boy. In Spanish it's El niño de grandma de abuelatita, which directly translates to boy of the small grandma.
That is that's a mouthful. That, like Jonah Hill, that is a mouthful. I wouldn't.
Jonah Hill?
Jonah Hill sucking on a teeth.
It's the easiest way. It's one syllable each. Jonah Hill. Or two in the first. Woo, guys, it is now 6 a.m. and I can see the sun coming up.
Yes, it's time to sleep.
It's time to beep.
I started watching Money Heist on Netflix real quick.
So you're reading a movie?
It's on, it's all subtitles, dude.
You don't understand Spanish.
No. And you
need to.
The intro popped up, and, it's called Money Heist in America.
But that's not what it is in Spanish.
But in Spanish, like when the title comes up, it's La Casa de Papel.
House of Paper.
The House of Paper. Crazy translation.
You know what else is a crazy translation?
What?
It can't be that bad.
What's it a translation for?
Está no mal.
I don't believe you, but we could end there.
It is no bad. Está no mal.
No malo.
Malo is a name.
I don't know Spanish.
I don't know Spanish.
I was speaking to
a rock.
This lady, this cleaning lady at work, and
good for you for treating everybody with respect.
What?
Yeah. It's another compliment. See, this is why I don't compliment you.
Because your sarcasm, it's hard to read, man.
Right.
So, I was talking to her, and I said, hola. She said, hola. And she said, ¿cómo estás? Or I said, ¿cómo estás? And she said, bien y tú? And then I said, bien, I think I said, bien y tú? So I just kept on asking her, and you?
Yes, and you?
Because I thought y tú meant también, which is as well, right? Too.
Yo también.
I just fucked it up. That's what I'm trying to say.
That sounds embarrassing.
Yeah. Guys, I think we talked about this movie. We did talk about this movie.
Talked about something.
There's a crazy video game battle at the end. They play DDR.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing some crazy video games later today. If this releases on Friday, we'll also be on a Twitch stream with our friend Cheeky Goat.
Yeah.
The Cheeky Goat. Cheeks on Goats. Goat Cheeker. What is it?
The Cheeky Goat.
I was right the first time.
Don't send them to all these wrong places.
You'll find some weird shit.
You will find,
But if you're lucky enough, you might see us play video games.
Yes. It'll be probably at 1 or 2 p.m. Time TBD. But
it'll be on Friday.
Yeah, it's on Friday. It's today. If you're listening to this right now.
It means nothing
today.
past the future. But
yeah. But we're going to be playing some bad games.
Yeah, don't forget to spade and neuter your cats and dogs.
Yes. I give this movie a 4 out of 5.
Really?
Bonkers. I mean, how is it not bonkers? I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely is bonkers.
Sure.
In the best way ever.
Yeah.
4 out of 5. How about you?
3 out of 5.
Okay.
No, 2 out of 5. Bonkers on the other side.
Wow, you didn't like it?
Well, I did, but that doesn't mean that it aged well or is a movie that I would rewatch. I'm pretty much set on maybe never seeing Grandma's Boy again.
You're making me feel like I'm too generous with these ratings.
You're too generous in everything, Christian. Have you seen how much ice cream you give kids?
Have you seen ladies after I walk out of the bedroom with them?
Yeah, they're
damn
all
right,
crying,
I'm generous.
And they're upset.
No, I think you're talking about yourself. Whoa!
Wow!
Don't say shit like that. I've started watching the Jeffrey Epstein documentary.
Woof.
Crazy.
That's how you're ending the episode.
Baddies, rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, 5 stars only. We saw that you guys have rated and reviewed us actually, which is pretty
very
dope.
nice of you to do. We haven't read them on the air yet because they haven't quite met our standards yet.
Actually, these last 2 reviews, pretty dope reviews.
We just haven't read them yet out loud. So, but we will maybe next time.
Yes. Yes. Follow us on Instagram at ICBTB Podcast. Check out our website at icbtb.com or it can't be that bad.com.
And then you take a walk for 30 minutes today. Get out of the house.
Wear your mask.
Not when you're walking, though. You'll be fine.
Oh, I guess. Well, don't purposefully walk in a direction of an individual and cough on them. That's the worst thing you can do.
You're ruining the nice thing that I was saying.
Okay, what are you going to say? Go walk outside for 30 minutes.
What? Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it.
You ruined it.
No.
You ruined it.
No.
You
I hate when people...
ruined it.
My cousins used to always tell me, you killed it, whenever I try to get in on a joke.
Oh, man, you were a joke killer?
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, man. I was younger than these cousins.
Yeah, I know. I used to get that too.
Yeah.
My brother used to tell me that I went to Joke Killer University.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That's not even No, that's a pretty good joke. Especially if it's in the 90s, early 2000s type thing.
Just for last week.
Oh. A little bit of spit went into my nose. Let's end it there.
Why do you keep making it weird?
Why?
We're actually gonna cut from 40 minutes ahead of this. So the whole last 40 minutes isn't gonna make it in. So it's just going to cut off at some random point.
And you're not going to get your full review of Grandma's Boy.
Unless you pay us money, and this is on the Patreon.
Yes. Guys, rate us 5 stars.
This Patreon episode is just the last 40 minutes of this episode.
Our entire Patreon will be consisted of incomplete episodes.
If you want to hear the rest, give us your money.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a really smart way.
Yeah, I'll let you shoot that commercial because I can't sound aggressive like that. Or
give me your money.
Give us money. Oh, Christian. That's what people would think. Oh, Christian.
You're doing the robot thing. You're like talking to yourself.
Dude, I know. I'm tired from work and I'm sweaty.
This is it.
I'm going to say bye. Can you say bye? Bye.